what's up, my little tattletales? Listen, I'm on the move, but I have to bring you guys the juice. Remember the video I did earlier about how the producer that worked with the Kardashians for Boone and Murray testified that Blac Chyna, the show was canceled and he tried to get the show shopped at other networks? You guys, sit down, because we actually have proof that it looks like he perjured himself in court. Yes, my sources that were there, I've just confirmed with them that Chyna, that powerhouse attorney that is Chyna's right-hand man, or right-hand woman, as we say, literally perjured, the producer perjured himself in court. What did he perjure himself about? Well, it's quite simple. He perjured himself about, one, season 2 of Rob and Chyna not being greenlit. Now listen, I'm not going to go into my other video. If you guys want more info, please go watch it. And while we're at it, turn on your likes, subscriptions, and your notifications, because you guys know I will follow a story to the bitter end. And baby, this is a messy soap opera, and you know I love it messy, and you must too, and that's why you're here. But let's actually get into it, right? What proof do we have? First, let's get into the actual source, right? Now, you guys, the source has given me so much information on what's going on inside the courtroom. It's been a whirlwind court week, but I had time to get on a call with them and actually take notes. And y'all, this is deep. I'm going to put together a video about that tomorrow for your Sunday afternoon entertainment. I know things get kind of slow on Sunday. Everybody got to cook, clean, fold clothes. You can listen to my soothing rhythm and voice till you're done. But all jokes aside, right? Let's actually get to this. My source, we'll just call them Not Gal, right? And they have have been present in the courtroom over the last week. Now listen, this person could be on both sides. They are not heavily Kardashian. They are not heavily Chyna. However, they do seem to recognize the BS. No matter what side is doing it, it just so happened that the Kardashians' lawyers were the ones trying it all week, right? Now, they work as a freelance journalist, and I will say I can vouch for them. They are a staunch defender of the American dream. They're like defender of democracy. You know, comrade. You know me. I'm down for the people. So anybody I rock with is the same way, right? And they do have a belief in the spiritual renewal of the middle class of America, along with the abolition of inequality in America and raising the American living standard as a yet-to-be-developed sustainable world. Listen, Not Gal, I'm telling you right now, can 100% walk it like they talk it. I trust them to give me unbiased observation about what they saw, what they heard, and the general sense. They gave me a whole outline from what the jury was made of, who it looked like, and whatnot. But let's get into this thing about the producer that actually perjured themselves. And you guys, it really gets deep, because you know what? This really explains a lot about, in my opinion, what's wrong with Rob and where a lot of his depression and anxiety come from. Now, a couple of you guys actually got in the comments and actually explained a few things, right? And I remember that. They want to sit there and act like Chyna is the Antichrist, like Chyna ruined their son, like Chyna this, like Chyna that. Yo, a lot of people have pointed out, Khadijah Plans, she actually commented, so the timing when they were at odds somehow doesn't correlate with them getting a show that competes with his sister show. I feel bad for Rob low-key, because his depression probably allowed him to view his sister's sudden interest in life as care and not envy. He probably allowed his malicious opinions of Chyna to warp his perception of her. They low-key put Kylie's reputation above his happiness. He did those actions on his own though, but I don't doubt they used his mental health against him. Yes. But let's not also forget that there was a time that before Chyna came into Rob's life, remember when everybody was saying Rob was basically threatening to delete himself, was in the pits of depression, nobody could pull him out? When he was with Chyna, she had him walking trails, she had him eating right, she had him losing weight. He was on that track and he was healthy. But what happened? They got a #1 key show, and for all of y'all saying it wasn't #1, I have the damn press release from E. I dug it up. That is the #1 show. All right, we'll talk about that later, but let's get into how Chyna, Legal Eagle, literally had exposed the producer of Bun and Murray as literally perjuring themselves. Now let's get into this, right? In short, Jenkins perjured himself in court. Jenkins is the producer for Bunham Murray. Sorry. He testified previously under oath that he had greenlit season 2, and it was in the transcripts. He testified previously under oath that he had greenlit season 2 of Rob and Chyna, and it was also in the court transcripts. So when Jenkins said the project was not greenlit yesterday, to Boris Johnson lookalike Rhodes. Their attorney does look a bit like Boris Johnson. Take that for what you want. My UK tattletales, you can drag them in the comments about that, right? Lynn Chiani brought up the transcripts. Jenkins then agreed that he had previously said yes. But the reason why this slipped a lot of people's attention is because you can't put the transcripts on the screen in court because the judge says you can't. Well, unless you're Michael Rhodes and the judge somehow it gets slipped in, right? Now, there is this issue of something that happened with nude pictures of Chyna. This is what my sources are saying, that Michael Rhodes put in a situation that shouldn't have been there. However, let's take a breath. Jenkins perjured himself in court. It's funny how with all the TMZ articles, and it's funny how with all the articles for everything else, they failed to mention that he perjured himself in court. They just said, oh, he said that he never greenlit. However, Lynn had him on the rails. Now, I will say one thing. There's two things going on in this court case. I believe the Kardashians are fighting the court of public opinion. I really don't understand what their end goal is, except to have good PR in case they lose. But you need to also understand there's a second war being fought. This is what the jurors see and hear, and evidence that they can actually use. And it looks like the evidence they can actually use, yeah, it's not looking good for the Kardashians. But wait, there's more. Okay, so let's get a little bit deeper into this. I already dropped the major bombshell, my little tattletales. Let's actually get even deeper in this. Here's where the Kardashians are trying to confuse the jurors. Michael Rhodes, as the Kardashians' attorney, introduced details of the contract that were based around exercising the option, which was eventually triggered after events in early 2017 when they were filming season 2. Now, are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Okay, so let's move on, right? And when I say let's move on, let's delve into it, right? So the Rhodes defense, right? And this is the Kardashians' defense, is saying that season 2 never existed because the option was never picked up. The option, it's nonsensical. The Kardashians, it looks like, are nothing but literally just like one-trick ponies repeating what Michael Rhodes is telling them to stick with. This is evident in all the Kardashian and their witnesses. They can't remember. It was a long time ago. Oh my God, you're going to have to ask Kylie if the woman I was happy for my son to be engaged to threatened to kill her and was a violent homicidal maniac. You're just going to, I really don't remember. I was just happy. It didn't matter. Now, again, you guys need to realize the exercise the option thing doesn't make sense. It was already greenlit. And let's not forget, right? The studio had all the power and decided what they wanted. The only thing that counts is the signed contracts, right? Which, by the way, it's been alleged that those contracts have been forged. Again, the option to pick up season 2 was not exercised in documents the Kardashian team is relying on, which was dated in July of 2017. In July 2017, I believe, right? That's approximate. So the fight is over exercising options, which no one used back when they were filming season 2. And using the term greenlit in the press known as picked up. As I understand it, right? The Kardashians were busy defaming Angela as they sought to stop the wheels on moving forward on season 2, which is on the number 1 TV show at the time. Now get this. There's also a few people that actually know Rob and the situation. And when I say no, nobody knows what's in Rob's head. This is all outside observances. It is speculation. Take it for what it's worth. I'm just giving you guys what I've heard, right? I'm giving you guys what I heard, right? They literally said that Rob is a deeply unhappy man, but he's more like a boy. And he is very, very soft in comparison to these strong, dominant women. The Kardashians have weaponized and used feminine power and emasculate everything and everyone around them. When a strong person like Chyna was actively wooed by Rob, they encouraged their boy to move forward because she looked to be good for ratings. It would be good for ratings in the show, and show how the Kardashians were more egalitarian instead of overly rich, out-of-touch faux celebrities that they are. Don't forget, for everybody doubting this, you need to go back and be a little bit of a gossip historian. When Kim Kardashian and Chyna were hanging out, Chyna was the popping one. Chyna was the one that Kim got her style and her swag from. Chyna was the one that Kanye was encouraging her to hang around with. Chyna and Tyga also got invited to their wedding because Chyna had been instrumental when, after Kim Kardashian had that fall from grace with Kris Humphries. And I remember that certain media outlets and celebrities looked at her as reality TV trash. She got with Kanye, and Kanye started the making of the monster. And Kanye literally got her entrenched with the Blac Chyna. Remember when he took her to the Soul Train Awards and Beyonce wouldn't even look left at her? Beyonce knew what was up. That's all I'm saying. Beyonce knew what was up. But you guys, there's even more to this that we need to consider. Now, okay, are you guys with me? As it turned out, Rob is a hot mess express with no masculine mentors and no real father to speak of. Now, this is their opinion. I don't know if it's true, but listen, I mean, come on. Even the most famous decathlon athlete of modern times, literally, didn't accept Rob. From what I see, they didn't really have a very, very close relationship. I don't know what happened with that, but it doesn't seem like he got, it doesn't seem like, well, I don't know. Caitlyn, was he much of a father figure to any? I'm sorry, was she much of a father figure? Well, whatever, let me stop. Anyway, let's go. Back to Rob and Chyna. Kris at some point had lost power over controlling Chyna and was seeing her brand, the Kardashians, losing market share to Rob and Chyna. Of course, this was anthems to the Kris Jenner brand, so she had to put a stop to it. So threw Rob, her own son, under the bus to save her brand. This is what they're trying to hide. This is what my sources are saying the court transcripts reveal. And this is the cover-up that I hope Blac Chyna's attorney is trying to get out in court. And from what I've seen with Lynn Channing so far, she cannot be far from doing it. Listen, it is crazy. It's crazy. Now listen, think back to the contracts that are going on. Last thing. Some are being contested, some are not. Some are not. Don't forget, Blac Chyna never signed these contracts. That's what she's claiming. Her agents did, but not Chyna. That is why Lynn Channing showed the signature of the real Blac Chyna to the jury. The date's 4/7/17, right? I think this is approximately, I'm just speaking off the top of my head, also did not match her writing. It's becoming more and more clear just by being in the courtroom to my observers for just 2 days. Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. The court, the Cooley firm, the Kardashians, they're all a huge multi-glomerate. Listen, and Lisa Boom, y'all know how I feel about Lisa. She's the ops, who did Blac Chyna no favors and eventually dumped Blac Chyna through the behind-the-scenes pressure applied by the Kardashians. Now listen, this is all speculative, but I will say that money is power. Money is power. You guys, listen. And for all of you guys that don't believe it was greenlit, because you guys don't want to do a Google search, boom, I did you one better. What do we have here? Now, as you guys can see, you can Google. This is widely circulated, but I'm just going to take you through the basics. E! renews Rob and Chyna for season 2. This was on every major media outlet, and it is still available on Google if you guys want to use it. E! remains dedicated to the expansion of the Kardashian universe. The cable network announced Wednesday, and look at the date on this, December 14th. Google it. There's a million press releases that it was ordering a second season of Rob and Chyna, which follows Rob Kardashian and his fiancée Blac Chyna. Together, the tabloid-friendly pair have a newborn daughter, Dream. Season 2 will include 8 episodes set to premiere in 2017. Look at this little tidbit. The premiere episode of Rob and Chyna remains cable's most watched unscripted launch in 2016, and key network demos including adults 18 to 34 and women 18 to 49. The series, produced by Buttermore Productions and Ryan Seacrest Production, joins Keeping Up with the Kardashian and its many spin-offs on the E! schedule. Y'all, the same way people are alleging that literally Kim messed up Kourtney's shine with Travis because she couldn't stand sharing the limelight, let me find out that these sources have a good point that Kris and the girls worked together to cancel Rob's show because they, one, didn't want anybody stealing their fame, and they couldn't take the fact that it was Blac Chyna who was. Anyway, y'all, let me know in the comments what you think. You know I love hearing everybody's viewpoint. Just be respectful, and you don't have to worry about getting blocked. All right? And make sure you turn your like and notifications on, because I am 100% putting together some phenomenal videos of eyewitness account of what happened in the court, and also a little bit about the history of the people we're talking about. I think you'd be super interested to hear, because you know I'm going to make it juicy. All right, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.